Hey 8th graders, I'm back with you with the order of operations. This is something I know you've talked about, but it was so 7th grade that I think it's better that we talk about it again, okay? We refer to the order of operations in 8th grade as GEMDAS. The reason we don't use PEMDAS is because it includes more than just parentheses. It includes brackets. It includes the fraction bar, and so we are going to give you examples of all of those. All right, so step 1 is all those grouping symbols. Step 2, exponents. And I'm going to include in that roots, like we talked about the other day. All right, we're going to be talking about roots. Multiplication and division, left to right. That means if you have a problem like 9 divided by 3 times 5, you do the division first because you do both of these working left to right. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. All right? So make sure you work left to right. The same is true with addition and subtraction. Again, you're going to want to work left to right. So if I have 13 minus 7 plus 2, I'm going to do the subtraction first because it occurs first. 13 minus 7 is 6. Then I can add my 2 and get 8. All right? So let's put this to use. Here we go. We're going to use GEMDAS. I put these at the top for you to see what the letters each represent, okay? Keeping in mind that these work together and that these work together. So we're going to start with the grouping symbol. There's no grouping symbol in this first one. There isn't even any exponents. So now I look at multiplication and division. I see I have multiplication. So I'm going to take 42 times 2, which is 84. So I've got 3 minus 84 plus 5. I have no more multiplication or division, so I'm going to move on to addition and subtraction. I work left to right. So 3 minus 84 is negative 81 plus 5. Negative 81 plus 5 is negative 76. Now, working with negative and positive numbers, you might remember that song, same signs add and keep, different signs subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact. And if you remember that, that helps, okay? If not, when I'm working with positive and negative numbers, I look to see which one has more. There's more negatives, and there's 76 more negatives. Use the strategy that you want. We're really hoping through this first unit that you don't use your calculator. We want to know what can you process through. So please don't rely on your calculator during this first part, okay? Next one. No grouping symbols, no exponents. So I'm going to jump into multiplication and division. I've got division showing up first, so I'm going to take care of that. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Notice how I write out the entire problem then, so I know what I'm working with each step. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 6 plus 9. Now I don't see anything except addition and subtraction. So again, I'm going to work left to right. 8 minus 6 is 2 plus 9. 2 plus 9 is 11. And there I'm done. And then working on the next one, we can see that there are some grouping symbols. In this case, the grouping symbols are parentheses. So we're going to take care of those first. 8 minus 3 is 5 times 3. I'm just going to bring this down, and now I'm going to simplify here. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 5 times 3 times 5, and I'm going to work left to right. 5 times 3 is 15. Times 5 is 75. All right? So that's using some of the order of operations. We focused on moving left to right in this particular slide. I'm going to go through a couple more problems, and then this is going to be a 2-day practice, and so I'm going to cut the video off after a couple more practices. Then the following video will even get a little more challenging and build on what we're talking about today. All right, up at the top, negative 12 plus negative 12 minus 3. I'm going to work left to right. Negative 12 plus negative 12 is negative 24. Then negative 24 minus 3. And some of you may have wanted to add up. Your 7th grade teachers might have said add up. You can totally do that. So what that would look like is this. I am not someone who likes to add up a lot because I didn't grow up doing that. But if you are someone who likes to do add up, you should totally add up, okay? This isn't about me or what I need you to do. I need you to find a strategy that works for you. This isn't for me. Excuse me. So negative 24 plus negative 3 is negative 27. And there's my answer, okay? With this next one, we're bringing in absolute value. Remember, absolute value means distance from 0. And so that quantity is always going to be positive. It's positive after you simplify it. So what I need to do here is I'm going to simplify 3 minus 5. And I'm going to keep those absolute value symbols until I get all the way down to the end. So I simplify what's in that grouping symbol. And then from there, now that I just have the absolute value of negative 2, I know that that is 2 because distance is always positive. The absolute value distance is always positive. So I have 2 plus 6 times 2. With the order of operations, it says I need to do multiplication next. So I'm going to take 6 plus 2, which is 12. 2 plus 12 is going to be 14. And there we go. We got to 14. Okay. Let's do this one yet, and then tomorrow we'll do that one, or in the next video we'll do that one and move on. Because here's a grouping symbol that's not something we're used to seeing. This is a fraction bar. And what that fraction bar does is it separates it into 2 separate problems. Okay? So we're going to focus on the numerator, that's the top part of the fraction, first. So 2 cubed plus 6 times 2. Here's an exponent. The exponent tells you how many times the base is a factor. Whoa, what'd you just say? What are those words? Base? Factor? We haven't talked about that. What it tells you is how many times we're going to multiply this out. So 2 times 2 times 2. 2 to the third means I go 2 times 2 times 2. Factor is something that you multiply together. We talked about that in the roots video. And base is this big number, okay? So 2 times 2 times 2, that's a real scientific term, big number, right? Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, plus 6 times 2. Now I can go ahead and do the multiplication. That's 12, and 8 plus 12 is 20, okay? That's the numerator. Let me see if I need, I just need to be out of the way. Okay, so this is 20. Now I need to work on the denominator. So 3 squared, that means 3 times 3, which is 9. So 3 times 3 minus 5 times 3 minus 2. So next is multiplication. 5 times 3 is 15. 9 minus 15 minus 2. 9 minus 15 is negative 6. Minus 2 is negative 8. Again, you can add up. All right, till tomorrow, we're good. Have a good night.